Welcome to Cointelegraph Japan. So today we have exciting guests. We have Nitin from B21. Thanks so much for coming, Nitin.
Thanks, Yusuke-san. Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Very excited to be here.
Yeah, we are excited to have you here. So first of all, I'm gonna just to let viewer know. So the first half of the video, which is on Coin Club channel, where Nitin actually explain what the B21 is, what they are working on. Actually, what the basically the basic information about the B21 and his passion. So if you want to know about it, please go and watch all that video. And in this video, I would like to kind of focus on the future of the B21, a partnership. I know you're closely working with an Indian government, so I want to learn about what's going on in India, all that kind of thing. So, but to kickstart this conversation, maybe could you briefly introduce yourself and what the B21 is?
Yes. About myself, my name is Nitin. I am the co-founder of B21. I have been in crypto since 2013. Launched the world's first Bitcoin debit card in 2013. I am very passionate about bringing the next 100 million users to crypto, and that's what B21 in crypto allows people to invest, allows people to earn, and allows people to spend their crypto right in their fingertips on a simple mobile app. We have worked really hard. We are not a young company. We've been around since 2017-18, and we worked really hard to bring this product to the masses. We are live in 82 countries. Our large focus is Asia. We work a lot with the Asian partners, and we think that the tremendous growth is going to come from Asia as well. It's a great place to look for crypto. I think that I would encourage people to come check our app out both on iOS and Android store, and check out our services. We have a beautiful Visa card also, which people can use to spend their crypto.
Yeah, amazing. So as you said, one of the things that stood out to me first is that you're available over 82 countries, which is mind-boggling kind of scale. When you talk about a crypto apps and services. So let's get into this your exciting partnership, because that's the another thing that I was super excited about and curious about. What are the partnership and why you partner with them? And then one of them is Celsius and another one is NFTrade, if I remember correctly.
NFTrade, yes.
NFTrade.
Yes, NFTtrade.
Yeah, could you maybe explain the story behind those partnership?
So for us, the most important thing in the industry is trust, and we provide a trusted solution. So we partner with anybody, or we partner with names which are trusted in industry. So we work with Prime Trust as our custodian, which is a very big name. We also work with Celsius so that we can provide yield or to provide returns or provide on staking of the coins. So we chose them because, again, they believe in providing a trusted solution. They believe in working for the community, and that's what their product is evolved, and that's what we chose to bring. So that's the partnership about Celsius. We are very close to them. We actually did a very good video together.
I saw that.
You can check us out. Yeah, it's very interesting. It was fun talking about B21 and actually 21, the number 21. And then we also did some great stuff. We're doing some good stuff with NFTtrade. And there we are providing NFTs. You can mine the NFTs and then use those NFTs to get a free card. So it's like a beautiful service which they have where you can stake your tokens to get NFT. And that's what we're working with NFTtrade as well. So it's some of the different things which we are trying in the market. We think that we can bring a lot of value to our users and our token holders by doing these to our users.
I see. I guess so because you guys are speaking of Celsius. I mean, they're huge in maybe in America or maybe in Europe, but B21 is huge in Asia. Was there a strategic a relationship in terms of okay?
Exactly. So they it's not about only us choosing them. They also chose us because our focus is Asia. On our platform are much more congruent or much more nicer fit to their services. And you can buy crypto here, you can spend crypto here, and for all the earning rewards and earning returns, we use Celsius. So it actually kind of fits in the ecosystem.
I see. Yeah, that's so exciting. Yeah, I watched a video with the B21, you and the Celsius. Alex, yeah. Alex looks so excited about he's talking about the partnership, and I could feel this, the hope, right? So that really was like a eye-catching and moment to me, and I'm sure from what I hear, you guys are working together to bring more functionality, more exciting stuff together in the future, right? But to bring something new to the future, in the market. But right now, a lot of people think market is a little bit kind of slow, right? There's not much movement. So I kind of wanted to kind of get into this market discussion where how do you see this market right now from your view?
I think it's a very, very good market.
Oh, okay. It's a good market.
Yeah. I think that when you see up,
yeah,
it's like just without any thoughts, it is just going up. Right? So if it goes up, it comes down and then stabilizes.
Yeah.
That means that it is getting ready for the next wave. I'm not talking about the charts, but I'm talking about, I've been in crypto since 2013. And I think it's always good to stabilize somewhere and then go up. And I think we found that we stabilized kind of Bitcoin at 31,000. And let it be here. It's fine. Okay. Let it be here. It's good to have some sideward movements and then climb back again. So it's a very good market. And specifically, when it is going up and up, it is very wild. People try and jump in that time. But I think at this market, when it is flat and there's no change in fundamental, there's no challenge in the industry which has come. It's just been some people have been selling and coming down and it is flat. And I think this is a good time to get in the market. If you would like, and don't think about trading, buying today to selling tomorrow. If you have a 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, when the market is going crazily up, okay, at that point of time, anybody can make money, or anybody comes, and risk is very high. So it is very difficult to find quality. Once it stabilizes, it's now the quality project stage. So if you see 2017, there was so much of hysteria. I would use the word hysteria. And then it stabilizes, and it was for a longer period of time. That was because of a lot of uncertainties. This time is different because there's all the major names in the industry which are there. Visa, we talked about. MasterCard, we talked about. PayPal, you named. You talk about banks. You talk about Twitter. You talk about Facebook. You talk about Tesla, right? So all the big names are here. So this time, there's no change in the fundamentals. So you think about, I will even say, 900 million raised by FTX yesterday.
Yeah.
2.2 billion raised by A16Z few weeks back, all to be deployed in crypto. So think about at least $3.1 billion is coming in the industry in various different projects, which are going to add value to this industry. So if you have a 6, 9, 12, 1 year horizon, it's a perfect time to get it.
Wow, that's such a relief to maybe, hear from you because a lot of people like get panic like, oh, like I'm gonna maybe lose money or like maybe this is in the bear market. Like that's how I get that kind of.
I'll tell you what yeah, I did not do anything. Market went down.
Yeah.
I did not do anything. I just say, okay, fine. I'm a long-term guy. Let it go down. It's okay. If I can buy more, I will buy more. But I'm not selling, right? It's a good market to be in. It happens.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a good to know. But also, I love you. I love the point that you made, where when market goes slide, right? Like only quality. A high quality project
Yes.
remains, and all the garbage basically is gonna be like a wipe off. That's a really good it's a really interesting point, and it's kind of like a detox, right? Like it's like in the in bull market there's gonna be like a lot of crap build up, but like in bear market like the actual utility or project with actual utility and the core fans only survive, right? So. That's
Yes.
I love that point. Yeah.
So we started in 2017-18. We have seen that bear market. We have seen what we call crypto winter, right?
Yeah.
And I can tell you that a lot of projects from 2017-18 they did not make it. We are only the very few ones who are still standing. The ones who started in 17-18, a lot of them didn't make it.
Right.
They lost. They lost their stride. They were like, oh, we can't just do it. And it's very important in this industry to hang on, right? And we are here. And I think I can tell you that there's no change in fundamentals. In fact, more and more positivity is there. And it's just a time when it will turn around. Maybe it will turn around tomorrow, who knows, right? So it will turn around and it will go faster. And that time you will remember that, hey, we should have put in the money. So I think it's a very good time for being in the market.
Yeah, that's amazing. So speaking of the market, like you touch on like fundamentals are changing, right? And then I think in many different ways. For example, institutions are coming in, but also like in each country started to explore the regulations. And I know that like you are based in India right now, and you are working closely with you have at least contact with the Indian government, or at least understanding of what's going on right now. Maybe could you like provide us some insight on what's going on in the Indian market in terms of like a regulation, in terms of like a crypto usage, in terms of like a startup, emergence of like a startups. Could you maybe touch on that?
So various things. And I think it's a very good point you're making, that there's a lot of talent in India which is getting involved in crypto now. So from projects perspective, a lot of talent, right? A lot of projects coming out. Are they scared? Yes, they're scared. Like any other project, right? Because crypto is not easy. Let's face it, right? Are they scared? Yes. But are they willing to try? Yes. That's the status of the projects and the normal people. Are people investing? Yes. But again, like you talked about, market has come down and if people are scared, yes, they are scared. But are they willing to invest? Have they invested? Yes. Now let's talk about the governments. Now you think about government, the rate of innovation in this industry, in crypto, is so fast, right? We were in centralized exchanges. We went to decentralized exchanges. There was so much going on there. Uniswap turned it around. PancakeSwap did great and so many things. And then suddenly came NFTs, right? And then now NFTs and so much is going on. And for the last 2 weeks, it's all about stable coin. So much is going on that, right? So it is so much of innovation happening. And that's all is driven by all the technologists, right? Every technology person is innovating here, that the government is not able to catch up, right? They're just playing catch up. And I think that if you put a law in place, laws are difficult to bring about, right? Anywhere in the world. So bring a law, you have to think about it a lot, and it impacts millions of people and industries. So if you put a law, the innovation has actually crossed. So you take much more further ahead. in this sphere, I think the government is trying to figure out what is the right way to do. And I think that the best way to do it is, rather than add a very strict law, there should be a framework that you have to approach any company doing business in this. They have to follow these principles, these approaches, in order to maintain this, keep it regulated, right? Make the sanity of this industry. So I think that's what the government is figuring it out. There is a lot of discussions which are happening. Have they found a solution? I don't know. But have they stopped anybody from doing it? No. Have they asked questions? Of course they have. And globally, questions have been asked right from US to Japan to Hong Kong to Singapore to China. Means you see anywhere in the world. And that's exactly what is in India as well. So there's no difference. Can we find, and I think if India is able to find a good framework, which I think is possible, which actually impact billions of people, then it can be followed by a lot of other countries, because you have to do a pilot and start, and it can be followed by multiple other countries, and then we can actually bring crypto to mainstream there.
I see. So are you optimistic about Indian government, or are you a little bit more concerned?
I am cautiously optimistic.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that's fair.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So I think that if the government, once the government understands how much can be achieved in this industry and how big this can become, or this concept can become, there is no stopping. So I am very optimistic. I'm cautious because it's not easy to understand, because because rate of innovation is very good, very fast, right? New stuff is happening. Right? Today, what we talk, 2 weeks later, there will be something more, right? Something more. We did not talk about NFTs a few weeks back. Few months back, you and I never knew about decentralized exchanges. So and I think we have to understand that the government has to wrap their heads around it, has to understand not only the industry, but how it can impact so many people.
Right, exactly. I think that's one of the most a difficult thing, and probably no one really knows. Yeah. So now El Salvador, for example, the president, President Bukele, made the BTC as legal tenders, and make crypto as a strategic, principle, really a national strategy to really grow in the future. And I think a lot of politicians think that, they got to do something before too late. This might be a tricky question. If you had a magic wand, how would you approach to this issue where how to put the framework to encourage innovation?
I want to exactly, these are the two things which we need to do. We need to let the entrepreneurs, let the startups innovate, because that's what they do best.
Yeah.
The industry or the world is always moving forward because people like you, me, and a lot of fellow entrepreneurs are actually taking the world in that direction. We are challenging the status quo and we are taking the world forward. So that's one thing which we have to take care. And secondly, there has to be a little bit of framework, a regulated framework in which we need to operate so that it impacts masses in a positive way. So the way I would do it is that I think that there are three important things to think about. Think about stable coins, or people are talking about CBDCs. In my opinion, they should let the stable coin be regulated and people innovate on top of it. I would try and build a good asset registry, which is like NFT stuff, which is like if I own a car, put it on chain and have an asset registry, which is actually very beautiful concept. And the third one is to allow for exchanges, okay? So that there is an exchange which actually exchanges value, tokenization of assets, tokenization of industrial uses. All the utility tokens, exchanges should be able to be part of. And these three things, if you put together, and then if you see where these two each of these things intersect, there is a new industry around there. Mm-hmm. There's a DeFi there, there's capital markets there is a credit market there, there is financial innovation there is ease of doing business, there is ease of transfer of money, and it impact and raising of funds globally. Global laws can be created. So it is such a huge thing which can be achieved. So I hope I was able to make some sense out of this, but that's what I would do. So I would actually go ahead and do it.
Yeah, it made total sense. And I would personally love to see all those three things. It's gonna happen, and pretty soon. And I guess another question, what's your hope? What do you hope to see in India in 3 to 5 years? It's gonna be like, I don't know, innovative hub like Silicon Valley, or like, if we do it right.
So if you think about what I talked about, mm-hmm. and put 1 billion and 1.3 billion people on it,
yeah,
okay, and have the power of technology, right? Mm. Because we are a technology hub, we have a lot of technologists, right? A lot of IT people. Mm. If you put together, India can be a fast running piece, right? We can actually do, and we can provide this to the world, right? It's like not only for us. If you do this, the reality is at this point of time, not many countries have figured it out. Not anybody has figured it out, right?
Yeah.
And if someone like India, which is a large country, big democracy, lot of people, lot of technologists, youngsters, if they take a stride, we will be on a great growth path. You see big names being headed by Indians, Google, Microsoft, and so many others. So I think that is what India can play a very good role there, to bring this to the masses, to everyone. And the good thing is that it has a potential to impact 7.4 billion people in the world. Mm. I think that's what we can do and we can achieve. And this is the only thing is, don't think from a 2-year, 3-year horizon. You will have to think, like you talked about, 5-7 years. But an innovation is faster than we're thinking, mm-hmm. but it will still think about for a longer term. Don't think like, okay, fine. What has happened? Let us control that. No, what has happened? Let us augment that and put that in the right direction.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with the potential of like India. Like the reason why I ask you about this question is because I personally know a lot of like Indian friends from America, right? And they're one of the most literally smartest people, because they just learn a lot, but also like competition, where environment that they grew up is like unimaginable for like people like in Japan and stuff like that. So then there's so many people who have like driven to do good thing. So like my hope is that like Indian government just let people innovate for humanity, and I think eventually that's like the best thing for so that's what I kind of believe, and that's my hope to the India. But I realize time actually approaches. I know you're busy, so I want to kind of go into the last question. Could you share your 3 favorite altcoins out of B21? I know you're in the industry. Deep well.
And apart from B21, okay, B21 is my favorite, for sure, right? So I think that some great stuff is happening in BAT.
Yeah.
Stuff which will happen in Solana. I like that. Yeah. And one more thing I will always name, and because it's doing great stuff, but also is very close to my heart, is Polygon Matic. They're doing some good stuff.
Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing that. And at the end, maybe could you provide some closing remark for Japanese community?
Look, once again, it's a beautiful country, lovely people. I've been there a few times, and I love the food, and I love the people. I have a lot of friends who are Japanese. Like I said in the earlier segment, one of my first mentor was also Japanese. So I'll take I'll take things from him all the time. His name is Arai-san. We used to call him Arai-san. And wherever he is, I'm still indebted to his mentoring me. I think that Japan, usually I've seen Japan is a fast mover and the leader in a lot of things. If you see it in electronics and computers and laptops, etc., or mobile phones and cameras, I think that Japanese people can now get involved in Bitcoin, in crypto, in blockchain. They can use our app as well, and it is a good time to get involved in any way you can, and it will propel the industry forward. It will propel yourself and your country forward. So that's all is my closing remarks.
Yeah, thanks so much for all the insightful comments and information, and then we would love to have you back again sometime soon, and because everybody's just paying attention, but also you're building an exciting thing with partnership. Please come back and keep in touch soon.
Yes, for sure. We are always for the community and always for sharing. So whenever there are exciting things happening, or you want me to come, I'll be happy to join back again.
All right, perfect. Thanks so much for today, and let's talk soon.
Thank you, Isuki-san. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cointelegraph. Like, subscribe, and hodl.